The next beautiful one is blood feeding. Don't know if many of you know this, but the hematophagous parasites like the hookworm and the schistosomes, they feed directly on your blood. I love it when they say host here. You are the host, and they consume all blood components, including amino acids. So hookworms, which all of us have, attach to the intestinal wall and feed on blood. A single hookworm can consume 0.03 to 0.2 mils of blood daily, people. That is a lot. Heavy infections can cause significant blood loss, and this is going to lead, obviously, blood loss is a loss of hemoglobin, and your chronic blood loss is going to lead to iron deficiencies, which impairs amino acid metabolism because iron is required for TPH and TH enzymes. So a little bit of a vicious cycle there. Your schistosomes, which are your blood flukes, they float around. They live in the mesenteric and the vesicular veins. They consume blood directly from the circulation, and they digest the hemoglobin to obtain the amino acids. Chronic infections cause significant amino acid drain. Let's go on to the tissues-dwelling parasites. Not only are they stuck in your gut, some of them, like the trichinella, the filarial worms, liver flukes, they migrate through the tissue, and as they go, they cause huge destruction and inflammation, and they break down the tissue, and what they break down, they eat. So we have muscle-dwelling parasites like the trichinella. They insist in the muscle tissue. Their muscle tissue breaks down, releases the amino acids. The host, the person, the patient experiences muscle wasting despite adequate protein intake. We have our liver flukes. These feed on the liver tissue and bile, and liver is the amino acid metabolism hub, obviously, and damage here is catastrophic. It impairs protein synthesis, amino acid into conversion, and it impairs the urea cycle. We've also got the biliary obstruction affecting fat-soluble vitamin absorption, which is needed as a cofactor. So can you see how these little things cause huge, huge issues? Not only do they do that, they also have excretory and secretory products. So let's have a look at these. Your proteases, they break down the host's proteins into amino acids that parasites then absorb. So things like hookworms, they secrete proteases that digest intestinal mucosa. So not only are you just dealing with a bad mucosa in your gut, you've now got these little guys that are giving off all these proteases, making things 10 times worse. This creates an amino acid-rich environment for parasite absorption, and you get your damaged gut barrier, which is going to lead to leaky gut, which is going to lead to systemic inflammation, which is going to put the immune system on high alert. Another interesting one for anticoagulants, so anybody who's on any blood thinners should be thinking about this. Most of the parasites prevent blood clotting to facilitate feeding if the blood is thinner and if the blood is not clotted. So they're attached to the wall of your intestine. They don't want it to clot and heal. They want to keep it nice and the blood flowing. So hookworms secrete an anticoagulant peptides, and their prolonged bleeding increases amino acid loss. They can feed longer. Let's look at the immunomodulatory molecules. So some parasites produce, some parasite products suppress TH1 immunity and shift it to TH2. So this changes the amino acid utilization pattern. So the immune cells have different demands under TH1 versus TH2. So it's going to affect that. Okay, so now that you know what the worms can do, let's look at bacterial infections. This one is a very interesting one because most of you have run a CSAP or GR, whatever your test is. You know, I have yet to see a CSAP come back and they are going, hey, this is beautiful. There's nothing that we need to do here. Your gut and everything is hunky-dory, move on. 99.999% of our clients are coming and we have got work to do here.